Hello and welcome to Good Vibrations, a show for seniors by seniors. I'm your host, Mary Labrie, and I'm delighted to have your company. Today on the show, we're bringing you part 2 of the Beatles album, Rubber Soul. Then we will test your knowledge of all things Beatles, and I'll be speaking with Feng Shui Master Edgar Locke. Then we're saddling up and getting prepped for Chinese New Year, and we'll find out all the exciting things going on in our city to celebrate the Year of the Fire Horse. And we'll wrap it up with some timeless words of wisdom from Confucius. But first...
Asked the girl what she wanted to be. She said, baby, can't you see? I want to be famous, a star of the screen, but you can do something in between. Baby, you can drive my car. Yes, I'm gonna be a star. Baby, you can drive my car, and baby, I love you. I told that girl that my prospects were good, and she said, baby, it's understood. Working for peanuts is all very fine, but I can show you a better time. Baby, you can drive my car. Yes, I'm gonna be a star. Baby, you can drive my car, and baby, I love you. Beep, 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 yeah. Baby, you can drive my car. Yes, I'm gonna be a star. Baby, you can drive my car, and baby, I love you. I told that girl I could start right away. When she said, listen, babe, I got something to say. I got no car and it's breaking my heart, but I found a driver and that's a start. Baby, you can drive my car. Yes, I'm gonna be a star. Baby, you can drive my car, and baby, I love you. Beep, 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 yeah. Beep, 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 yeah. Beep, 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 yeah.
So goes the first track from the Beatles' Rubber Soul album of December 1965. It's about a girl who aspires to be a big movie star and offers the singer a job as her chauffeur. It's rumored that the song refers to the relationship between Cilla Black and her then boyfriend. Black was both a friend of the Beatles and part of Brian Epstein's talent pool. Black's boyfriend was also offered a recording contract by Epstein, but Black objected, saying that she was the star and her boyfriend was to be the road manager who would drive my car. It's this droll twist in the lyrics that cuts through where the woman admits she's got no car, it's breaking my heart, but I've found a driver and that's a start. Classic. The next song was the final track recorded for the album. Interestingly, the track incorporates aspects of Greek folk music and an acoustic guitar played to sound like a Greek bouzouki. According to music critic Tim Riley, the old-world atmosphere conveys desire and deception, and Lennon sings it as much to console himself as to make sense of its puzzling content. It's the sympathetic side of the anger in Norwegian wood. Here then is Girl.
Is there anybody going to listen to my story? All about the girl who came to stay. She's the kind of girl you want so much it makes you sorry. Still you don't regret a single day. Ah, girl, girl, girl. When I think of all the times I've tried so hard to leave her, she will turn to me and start to cry. And she promises the earth to me, and I believe her. After all this time, I don't know why. Ah, girl, girl, girl. She's the kind of girl who puts you down when friends are there, you feel a fool. When you say she's looking good, she acts as if it's understood. She's cool. Ooh, 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 girl. Girl, girl. Was she told when she was young that pain would lead to pleasure? Did she understand it when they said that a man must break his back to earn his day of leisure? Will she still believe it when he's dead? Ah, girl, girl, girl.
And for the final track in today's part 2 of Timepieces, John Lennon considered this next song to be his first real major piece of work. The lyrics evoke his youth in Liverpool and reflect his nostalgia for a time before the onset of international fame. As a small observation to the song's recording, George Martin's Bach-inspired piano solo was added when the Beatles weren't around, over a section of the tape they had left empty. And there's more. Incredibly, between 3 December, on the day Rubber Soul is released to huge pent-up demand, and 12 December 1965, the Beatles went on their last concert tour of the UK, comprising 18 shows at 9 venues across Britain, through terrible winter weather. Whereas the venues for the Beatles' summer 1965 tour of the United States had been outdoor stadiums and indoor arenas, with historic concerts at Shea Stadium in New York and the Hollywood Bowl, their somewhat lowbrow UK concerts were all held in theatres and cinemas, including at the iconic Liverpool Empire Theatre, a homecoming, so to speak. Here then is the classic In My Life.
There are places I remember all my life, though some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone and some remain. All these places have their moments with lovers and friends I still can recall. Some are dead and some are living. In my life, I've loved them all. But of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares with you. And these memories lose their meaning when I think of love as something new. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. In my life, I love you more.
Thank you, Steve. Rubber Soul is my absolute favorite Beatles album. I spent many an afternoon gazing at that album cover and trying to decide which one I loved more, John Lennon or Paul McCartney? It's a difficult choice, and I think it's really a lifelong debate. What's that I hear? Let's get totally mental with It's Trivial and our very own Grand Master of Thinkology, Alan Roberts.
Welcome back for another episode of It's Trivial with your host, Al Roberts, or Trivial, here to get those brain boxes vibrating, see what you know. As you know, we do 2 rounds each week, one of general knowledge and one of a theme of the week. So let's kick straight off with our general knowledge for this week. Question 1. The VW Beetle race car Herbie has featured in 6 films, including Herbie Rides Again, Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo, Herbie Goes Bananas. But Herbie started his film career with what 1968 movie that doesn't have Herbie in the title? Question 2. Who played the title role in the 1988 film Beetlejuice? Question 3. In which decade of the 20th century was the last VW Beetle produced in Europe? Question 4. Multiple choice. I don't think we've had a multiple choice question before. Which is the largest beetle on Earth by length? Is it the Goliath beetle, the Hercules beetle, or the scarab beetle? And question 5. The Travelling Wilburys was a supergroup established in Los Angeles in 1988. It included which former member of the Beatles? And that's our general knowledge for today. Moving straight along, we've got our theme round of the week. If you've been listening to Steve's music sessions over the last few weeks, we've had a couple of weeks where he's looked deeply into the album Rubber Soul by the Beatles. So our theme of the week is the Fab Four. Question 1. In which year was John Lennon assassinated? And who was the killer? Question 2. In 1971, the Beatles won the Oscar for Best Song. Which song did they win for? Question 3. How many number 1 singles did the Beatles have in Australia? So how many of their singles made it to number 1 on the Australian charts? And question 4. Who put out a 1965 album called Best of the Beatles? Which artist or group put out that album? And finally, question 5. Can you name the second wife of each of the 4 Beatles? And that's our trivia quiz for today. Hope you had fun answering questions about Beatles and the Beatles. Remember to stay around for the end of the show. We'll give you the answers just before we sign off for the day.
Thank you, Alan. And I have to confess, I have no idea who George's second wife is. You know that Chinese New Year is galloping toward us, and it's a perfect time to ask, is our qi flowing? Are we setting ourselves up for good vibrations in 2026 in the year of the fire horse? We are extremely fortunate to have with us today Edgar Locke, a Grand Master in the practice of Feng Shui. Let's hear what Edgar has to say. First of all, Edgar, am I pronouncing that properly? Feng Shui.
Yes, very good. The Feng Shui is more Mandarin. Then there's also a Cantonese version as well. And there's a little bit different pronunciation.
Oh, what would be the Cantonese pronunciation?
Feng Shui.
Ah, Feng Shui. All right, I'll practice that. Okay, so in a nutshell, what is Feng Shui?
Feng Shui is study about the environment affecting us, about human being. Mainly we talk about the qi, how the qis move in the whole world, and then in the area, and then in a house. So that is the movement of the qi. And so basically the qi is, we can look at as the air circulation, air movement. In our body, the qi will be more the blood circulation. So it's kind of a force. It's a kind of force. When we open a door, any opening a door, the qi will move in. So this door location is very important. We bring in the prosperity qi, or we bring in the like bad qi. So it will be depends on the facing direction and location of the door. We study the direction, the position of this movement of qi, how they affecting our life, our well-being. So if the qi is activated correctly, that will bring good prosperity to the home, to the family. But if some area they are activate incorrectly, that will bring the opposite, like not so good luck, sometimes have some health issue. So basically what we study is all this, the Feng Shui.
As a master, what do you do to help people?
I have the floor plan, we have the floor plan. I go there on site, measure the facing direction of the house. The house, they will have a main entrance, sometimes the garage door, internal access, side doors, and then I will look at also the stove position, the shower, toilet, all this position, they have to be worked into harmony formula. I call it harmony formula. Family will be harmony as well. And then I will suggest how to improve.
Many of our listeners are seniors. So when your clients are seniors, are there any common problems or challenges that you face when you're helping them that you see often?
So for a house, we want to declutter. We don't want too much of a lot of items, laying everywhere. There's a saying in Chinese, say, the money will not go to a dirty house.
Oh, I so agree with you. You know what you're saying, because clutter is what seniors just seem to excel at, a lifetime of accumulation. Then there's this whole activity to get rid of it, which is a big job.
It is a very, very big job. Our emotion attached to something is stronger. Sometimes you don't want to throw something out. Even you don't use it for like 2 years, 3 years, you still want it there. Generally for senior, I would say, declutter. Make sure everything like smooth, the chi move well. Because when that's the most important. Second is health. So the cluttering will affect health.
All right, so we've got the new year coming up. It's coming up on February 15th. Is that correct, Edgar? And it runs till the 3rd of March?
17th.
Yeah, 17 Feb.
So generally there's 2 weeks of celebration.
So and I understand this is the year of the fire horse. Is that right?
Fire horse,
Yeah.
Correct. So we have 12 animals. Every 12 years, it comes in the year of the horse. But we also have the same part. So we have 10 stem and 12 animal sign. So for fire horse to come in, it's every 60 years. So 60 years ago, 1966, there's a fire horse. And this year's also a fire horse. Because the Chinese calendar is the mix of the solar and lunar calendar. The Chinese New Year is not always on the same day like the Western calendar, like the first day of January or the first day of the lunar month, first day of the first lunar month. They are different.
What about the year of the fire horse that's coming up? Are there any opportunities or things we should be careful or mindful of this year?
Yes, definitely. For everyone, because it's fire horse. Our knowledge is when there's fire, it burns, right? And it raises up. So inside our body, the chi will be the same, according to the energy movement, it goes up. So when this chi goes up means that we're affecting the head, the eyes, the heart, and the blood circulation. All this part is related to hot, heat, or fire elements. Particularly someone born in the year of the horse, like we can look at this year 2014, 2002, and then every 12 year working back. Because when they're born in the year of the horse, and this year another horse come in. So in their chart, in the astrology chart, they have 2 horses. So when they have 2 horses, they have double amount of the fire in the chart. In my opinion, you need to look after the health, particularly in those areas, the eye, the heart, the blood, and the circulation. This is the area very important to look after.
Yeah, good advice for seniors. And are there any opportunities? Is there anything that, auspicious that might come our way this year?
So it actually depends on which animal now.
I'm a wooden goat. Am I going to catch on fire?
I'm a goat too. 12 years apart, 12 years different. I'm a fire goat.
Fire goat. Yeah.
Very fiery. Because I need fire, so it's okay. So I expect 2026 will be a good year for me.
I'm going to end up being kindling, I guess.
The horse and the goats in the astrology principle, they actually combine. When this combine, they produce even more fire. Combine means you meet more people, you have more work opportunity with other people, new friends, new joint ventures, new projects.
Well, that sounds good to me, Edgar.
Yes. So I guess maybe there will be some new project for you.
Well, that sounds good. I love the sound of that. So, Edgar, obviously this is a rich area of investigation. So if our listeners are hearing what you have to say and they want to learn more or find out about what you're doing or get some of your advice, how can they find you?
They can just Google Edgar Yong Feng Shui. My site will come up. Also, if your listener are interested, they can go to my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel, I actually do all the 12 animal signs coming up for the year of the horse. They have, in general, what they need to pay attention to, what will happen to them in a more positive way. So they can go to my YouTube channel. Yeah.
Perfect. So we'll put the links to all of that up on our Facebook page so that they can find that, Edgar. And I just want to thank you very much. This has been really, really interesting. And I'm excited about the year of the fire horse. I think it's going to be great.
And keep positive. Because fire is joy. Fire is happy. Very nice to meet you, Mary. And thank you for having me.
I am very relieved to hear that goats and horses get along. If you'd like to know more, please check out our Facebook page. We have shared the links to Edgar and his work. With the Chinese New Year fast approaching, let's check in with our man about town, Craig McMahon, and see what's happening.
The Chinese or Lunar New Year commences on Tuesday the 17th of February. Inner West Council is partnering with the local community groups and artists for 2 weeks of cultural celebrations in Ashfield and Marrickville. Celebrate the Year of the Horse by participating in cultural experience spanning Chinese, Vietnamese, Indonesian and Korean cultures. All are welcome to participate. With this year, the Year of the Horse, associated with vitality and energy, there is no better time to reconnect with a familiar culture or expand your horizons with an unfamiliar one. So what are some of the events taking place? The Lunar New Year launch is taking place on Tuesday the 17th of February at the Ashfield Council Foyer and Forecourt from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. There will be a lion dance and a cultural performance as well, so all are welcome. The address is 260 Liverpool Road, Ashfield. Join Kevin La from Sydney Food Boy as he talks about Lunar New Year eats and the lucky meanings behind them. Think whole fish for abundance, dumplings shaped like gold for wealth, and long noodles for longevity. Every dish is served with intention because during the festival season, eating well means welcoming good luck, prosperity and joy for the year ahead. Taking place on Tuesday the 17th of February for an hour from 6:30 p.m. at the Emmanuel Tassar Community Library, 372 New Canterbury Road, Dulwich Hill. Bookings are essential, so hop on the Inner West Council website to secure your spot. The Lunar New Year Hercules Street Gala is taking place on Sunday the 22nd of February between 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. Unity Art Alliances will take over Asheville for a day as part of the Lunar New Year celebrations. Hercules Street will host an open-air market of diverse vendors serving festival treats with an outdoor stage of live music. Asheville Town Hall will have cultural booths in place and indoor showcases. Performers present lion and dragon dances, contemporary music dance, drama, kung fu, Peking opera experts, and interactive demonstrations inspiring local pride. More information is available on the Inner West Council website, but to all those celebrating the Lunar New Year, I wish you every happiness for the year ahead.
Thank you, Craig. We are so lucky to live in such a vibrant, multicultural community, so get out there and enjoy it if you can. And now, it's time to pause and reflect with Del Yates and our weekly wisdom.
This is Del, and Confucius spoke with me this week on aging well. Confucius saw aging as climbing a mountain, not sliding down one. He says, "At 15, I set my heart upon learning. At 30, I took my stand. At 40, I had no doubts. At 50, I knew the will of heaven. At 60, my ear was obedient. At 70, I could follow my heart's desire without transgressing what was right. What can we add for 80? Just do it now? A table of action to his wisdom is: youth, learn everything with education and curiosity. 30s, find your footing with career and identity. 40s, let go of confusion, grow your emotional intelligence. 50s, understand purpose, start sorting your values and meaning. 60s, listen more than talk, wisdom. 70s plus, live freely without harm, hopefully with mastery and grace. That 70s plus call to action, live freely without harm, means to be so experienced, so grounded, so emotionally regulated that we can do what we want without hurting ourselves or others. So there's the plan for life from Confucius. Do I hear mutterings of "it's all very well" after the event? I wish today I could say goodbye in Chinese. This was Weekly Wisdom, and I'm Del Yates.
Thank you, Del. I understand that the way to say goodbye in Mandarin is zai qian, or in Cantonese, I think it's bye bye. And to all of our listeners who are cringing at my pronunciation, I beg your forgiveness. Don't touch that dial, my friends, because we still have the answers to It's Trivial coming up. Alan, please put me out of my befuddled state.
And yes, it's Trivial here again, and now it's time for the answers to our Beatles and Beatlemania quiz for today. The general knowledge round. We asked about Herbie and what was Herbie's first film. That was the 1968 film The Love Bug. The title role in the 1988 film Beetlejuice was played by Michael Keating. The last Beatle produced in Europe was in the 1970s, 1978 to be precise. The largest beetle by length, which can grow up to over 7 inches long, is the Hercules beetle. And the travelling Wilburys included George Harrison, alongside Bob Dylan, Jeff Lynne, Roy Orbison and Tom Petty made up that supergroup. Now in our round, the Fab Four, John Lennon was shot in 1980 and he was shot by Mark Chapman. The 1971 Oscar for Best Song, the Beatles received that for the song Let It Be. The Beatles in Australia had 26 singles that made it to number 1. The 1965 album Best of the Beatles was put out by Pete Best, or the Pete Best Combo. Pete Best was the drummer who was eased out of the band to make way for Ringo Starr, and he then cheekily capitalised on his being time and put out an album called Best of the Beatles. And the second wife of each Beatle, we have Yoko Ono with John, Heather Mills with Paul, Olivia Arias for George, and Barbara Bach with Ringo Starr. How'd you go? You got bragging rights amongst your group of friends and family? Come back again next week and we'll have another round of trivia for you. This is Trivial signing off, and remember, if it's not trivial, it's not important.
And that brings us to the end of today's show. We would love it if you would like and follow us on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/The Good Vibration Show. And you can catch up on any of our episodes that you might have missed on our YouTube channel. That is youtube.com/The Good Vibration Show. Thanks to Edgar Locke Ting Yung for guiding us through Feng Shui and the Year of the Fire Horse. To Steve Ferreira with timepieces and the music of Rubber Soul. Alan Roberts, host of It's Trivial. Craig McMahon for telling us what's on. And Del Yates for Weekly Wisdom. And me, your host, Mary Labrie. We're very grateful to the Inner West Council for supporting Good Vibrations. Please tune in again next week at this time. And remember, when it comes to good vibrations, take them in and send them out. Until next time.